There's honestly only one thing worse than growing up overweight, and that's losing the weight and getting stuck in the skinny fat stage. I made this mistake so you don't have to. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you what causes the skinny fat stage, how to avoid it, and how to get out of it if you're currently in it. I posted a video about this on like TikTok and Instagram recently, and it was a big debate. A lot of people were trying to argue with me, saying, oh, it's not that bad, rather be skinny fat than overweight. Again, it's hard for people to speak on unless they've been there. Because for me, what it meant is I lost the weight. I put in all this effort. I dieted, I went to the gym, and I still didn't like the way I look. I looked in the mirror, couldn't take my shirt off, didn't feel comfortable, wasn't proud. And to me, that made it feel like all the work I put in was for nothing, that I wasted all my time. Plus on top of that, you have all the nagging you start to get from other people. Other people start to be like, yo, Nick, take your shirt off, enjoy, come in the pool, blah, blah, blah. And you just know in the back of your head that the reason you can't do that is because it didn't work. Like losing the weight didn't turn out the way you thought it would. But again, you can't always make people see that yourself. Some people have to learn it the hard way. So all I do is I put the info out there. If you want to take it, take it. If you don't, don't. Just for reference, I'm going to throw up a few pictures of what I used to look like and where I'm at now. So here's me like originally. Here was me when I was overweight. Then here was me when I was kind of stuck in the skinny fat stage. And then here was me now. Definitely a lot leaner, a lot more definition. We're still trying to drop a few more pounds so we can get way leaner. But again, it's still much better than we were before. So number one thing is gonna be what causes being skinny fat, okay? And like, how did I get stuck in it? Main thing is gonna be improper training plus improper dieting. So what do I mean by that? By improper dieting, I mean, main thing is you're not getting enough protein. A lot of people make this mistake when they're losing weight. Yes, it's calories in, calories out, but if you're not hitting that protein goal, you're not gonna keep your muscle. And no, before you comment whether you're a girl or a guy, a lot of girls like to comment this as well. No hate, they just do. It's like, oh, I don't want muscle, I don't wanna be bulky. You're not gonna be bulky from getting your protein in. Getting your protein in is gonna give you that toning, give you that definition. Same thing for all my guys out there. If you don't wanna be a bodybuilder, the protein isn't gonna make you a bodybuilder. It's gonna give you that lean, athletic build look by getting your protein. You're gonna get the six packs coming in, you're gonna get the biceps, all of that from the protein. Now, of course, it's not just only the protein. You need to combine that with the right training. The biggest mistake when it comes to training is a lot of overweight people tend to do a lot of cardio or even only cardio. The thing you wanna be focusing on is weightlifting and strength training. That's gonna stimulate your muscles, use the protein you have, and build you that definition, that toning, that muscle. I'm kind of like all over the place, but that just sparked another thing where a lot of people are like, okay, well, I just lose the weight first then put on the muscle. What a lot of people don't realize is it's way easier to keep muscle you already have than to pack on more muscle. So if you're overweight, and again, like when you're overweight, you put on muscle. So it's not like we're all fat, but you have a decent amount of muscle. You wanna keep that. You wanna use that to your advantage. Same amount of muscle that might take you years to build could take you months to destroy in your weight loss journey. So it actually will end up setting you back more time if you end up doing this, okay, let me lose the weight first, then gain the muscle. And again, I don't blame you. We've all been there. We've all been there at the point where it's like, you're overweight and you just wanna lose it. You just wanna get it off you. But trust me when I say, from someone who's been in your shoes, it is worth doing it the right way. For me, the mistake I made is I wasn't getting enough protein, wasn't training properly for half my journey. So about 30 pounds down is when I've kind of realized like, shoot, I need to make this change, or I'm not gonna look the way I wanna look or feel the way I wanna feel. Main ways of how to prevent that is make sure you're training properly, aka doing weightlifting and not just only cardio. Honestly, in my opinion, if you have to choose one, choose weightlifting over cardio. I didn't do any cardio. My whole journey, 70 pounds, I did no cardio. Number one, I have asthma. And number two, like, it's just like so boring to do. Now, again, that's only gonna help you if you're at the start of your journey. So if you're overweight, haven't really worked out, haven't started dieting, that's for you. Now we're gonna talk about how you should get out of it. If you're in that stage, which a lot of you might be because you clicked on this video, how do you get out of the skinny fat stage? First, you gotta realize why you're in it, okay? There are two situations and they're gonna kind of depend on your BMI. So go ahead, check your BMI, just Google like BMI calculator, figure it out. You're gonna fall into two categories. You're either gonna be underweight or normal weight, or you're gonna be obese or overweight. If you're overweight or obese, your main goal should still be able to lose weight overall. That BMI means you're gonna have a good amount of fat, so start training properly, start dieting properly, but lose weight overall, and that's gonna make you leaner. Now, the other case, which honestly is the most common, you're either a normal BMI or now you're underweight, and you still don't have that definition. And that's honestly the most frustrating because you keep losing weight, keep dropping pounds on the scale, but you look the same. And it's because you're going about it wrong and you're looking at it wrong. When you're skinny fat at low weights, it's not because you have a lot of fat. It's because you don't have a lot of muscle. You need to focus on building that muscle so you can actually have any sort of definition. How do you do that? Okay, well, I mean, it's the same thing we've been saying, protein plus weightlifting. In your case, if you're normal BMI, I would say either eat at your maintenance or 100 below or 100 above. That's gonna end up giving you that body recomp effect where you start losing some fat and putting muscle at the same time. Underweight, you should probably be above your maintenance because you wanna get to that normal BMI. At this point, your only question left is probably like, okay, like, well, how much protein, how many calories should I be eating? Like all of that. And again, I can't really give you a specific answer. I don't know your height, I don't know your weight, I don't know your activity level. There's so many factors. That's what I do for my clients because we can sit down and figure all that out. If you're not in my coaching and you're trying to figure that out for yourself, protein is pretty easy. Just eat 1 gram for every pound you weigh. There are some circumstances where that doesn't apply. Yes, like say you're 300, 400 pounds plus, yeah, it's not gonna work. But for everyone in this kind of skinny fat stage where you're slightly overweight, normal weight, eat 1 gram for every pound you weigh. Calorie wise, again, I told you maintenance, 100 above, below, wherever you're at with that, go find a calorie calculator, calculate, experiment a bit, or get a coach to do it for you. But really going back to the main point of this video, if you're overweight, please, like I say it so many times, like so often, I sound like a broken record. Please don't rush the process and do it the wrong way. My phone ran out of storage when I was recording the outro, so I'm just gonna re-record it right here. That's basically all you gotta know about the skinny fat stage. I might make a more in-depth, like, okay, what to eat in a day video. Let me know if you wanna see that. Also, if you want my help to calculate those calories, calculate the protein, give you a training program, fill out the form for one-on-one coaching in the description.